And now we're joined here in Magdeburg by Beatrix von Storch, one of the AfD's leading politicians and a member of the German parliament. Ms. von Storch, thank you very much for joining us. Your party is obviously celebrating here the fact that they have got record numbers in nationwide polls, that they're also popular, especially here in the eastern part of the country. But if you look also at those polls, many AfD voters would vote for the party not because they like you, but because they are disappointed by other parties. What do you do about that? How does that make you feel?
No, what we know is that a big majority of the people voting for us or saying they would vote for us are supporting our program. They want a political change in terms of migration. They want to stop migration. They want to stop illegal migration. They want to have safe borders. They don't want to become member of United States of Europe, so give up the sovereignty of Germany and then just join the European Union. And what is at the very moment, of course, very important, they are no longer supporting the climate crisis policy. And this is what people realize, that the policy of the current government is leading into the wrong direction. They want a shift. They want to have a different direction. They don't want to have the same policy, better communicated. This is what the government says. They want different politics. And this is why they're supporting us. And yes, there are some of those in the very moment who say they are not supportive of the AfD, but still they vote for us because they are so completely disappointed with all the other parties. There's no other party they are willing to vote for. And this is also a very legitimate reason to vote for us if you're disappointed with all the other parties. So I think that's fine. And we are not only very strong in the eastern part of Germany, here we are number one in the polls, but in the whole of Federal Republic of Germany, we are number two. So it's not only eastern phenomenon at the very moment, but it's all over Germany.
You obviously mentioned migration, which has been the key issue for the AfD for a very long time now. A Deutsche Welle team actually went to one of the AfD's strongholds not far away from here and spoke to migrants and minorities who say that they are afraid, that they believe that some of the racist narratives are being normalized in that part of the country. What would you tell those migrants that are living in one of the regions where your party is most popular?
We've got strong supportive groups within the migrant community with German passports who are allowed to vote in Germany, because they know if you want to be part of the society, then you can do so. And this is what we agree upon. We've no problems with migrants integrating into our society up to a limit. I mean, we cannot have, hundreds of millions. That's very clear, and we cannot have also another few millions. That's not possible. But for those who came here a generation ago or even a few years ago and who participate in our society, in our economy, who are running their lives, they are welcome and they support AfD.
But what would you tell those migrants that are scared, that are afraid? Is that the kind of sentiment or feeling that you want to have in a region where you are particularly strong?
No, but I would call upon them just to behave in a proper manner, that people in Germany are afraid of them. Not of all of them, of course not. And no one is calling every migrant illegally coming to Germany, illegally, a criminal. That's not the case. But it's too many of them. It's just too many by an absolute number. And this is what people in Germany criticize, and this is why they want to have this problem regulated. And this is why they support AfD.
Related to those concerns is a concern about possible extremism in the party. And if you look even at some polls, they have said that around a third of possible voters of the AfD believe that there are too many extremists in the AfD. How do you go about this extremism problem?
Well, if sometimes there's one or another, we address the problem. I think what the media is coming up with is what our Verfassungsschutz is proclaiming. That is how many percentage, I don't know. are extremists, and this is just, look to our program, look to what we say, look what we do in the parliaments, look what our people say, and maybe not only on every single Facebook site some kind of content. I'm not saying we don't have any kind of problem.
Another issue that's being discussed here is what you describe as a freedom party, the fact that you want negotiations with Russia, the fact that you're against weapons deliveries to Ukraine. How close is the AfD to the Russian government and to Russian officials?
We're not close to Russian officials. Some of our party representatives talk to them. I think this is right. Our government should talk to them as well. We are the party to proclaim we need peace talks. We want diplomacy to work and not weapons to speak. This is, I think, a very reasonable approach towards politics. And this is what we address very strongly. We do not think that weaponizing or delivering weapons to Ukraine is supporting peace. This is what we don't believe in that. Others do. I think basically all of them want peace. It's just the way how you look at it.
And why would you negotiate with a government of a country, Russia, that has so flagrantly violated all sorts of international rules and invaded a neighbor? Why give them the chance to negotiate after what they've done?
Because it's always better to have peace than war.
But Russia does not necessarily want peace if they're invading Ukraine and carrying out a war there.
Yeah, but still, is peace better than war?
Yes, but I still have to ask again, why negotiate with a country that's doing exactly that? How do you want to get them to the table and focus on peace and not war if they're still invading Ukraine and attacking the country?
Because if you want to stop a war, you have to negotiate. I mean, you can fight until everyone is dead and then say it's quite peaceful here because everyone is dead, and we think it's better to start peace talks because before everyone is more people are dying.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Beatrix von Storch, for joining us on DW. Thank you.